Hi, welcome to the High Desert Yogi channel. I'm Heather, and today I have a short little split stretch flow for you guys. If you're ready to get started, join me in a child's pose. So join me in child's pose. Take knees as wide as the mat, uncurl the toes, and walk the hands forward. Dropping forehead to the mat and breathing deeply. You can take this time to breathe and open up the hips and maybe set some intentions, realizing that the splits may come with some patience, making sure that you keep your integrity in each pose, and that keeping yourself safe is the most important thing. And then having fun with it. Walk yourself up to seated. Come to tabletop and curl the toes under. Send it to a downward facing dog. Pedal it out here for this first down dog. And when you're ready, gently dropping the heels, pressing the chest towards the thighs, ears in line with biceps. Lift your right leg up, high to the sky. Bring knee to chest. Really bring it in, flex through that right foot, and step it in between the hands. Drop the left knee to the ground, uncurl the toes, and hands come up to the sky for Anjaneyasana, low lunge. So while you're here, drop your tailbone down to the ground, but also actively scissor those inner thighs together. Actively squeeze them together. You're strengthening as well as stretching. Great. Bring the hands down. You can curl the toes under or keep them uncurled, but we're going to shift the hips back to come over that back knee, flex through the front foot, and straighten the leg for a little half split. Shift the hips back. Breathe. If you'd like to, you can bring blocks here, but I like to stay on the fingertips. Shift it forward to that low lunge one more time. You can just take hands to the hips here if you want for this one. We're going to do this one more time. So breathing in your low lunge, actively squeezing those thighs together, but also lengthening down. And fingertips to the floor, straighten through the front leg, and flex through the foot for a half split. So you might feel a stretch here in your hamstrings. That's ideal, but just make sure that if you ever start to feel a pinching feeling, that is a sign to gently back off. Make sure that you don't go any further. Gently come forward, curl the toes under, come up to a little runner's lunge here. We are just going to rock a little bit and step it up to the top of the mat. Feet shoulder width apart. If you're able to, now you can just stay here and fold if you'd like. If you're able to, take your index and middle fingers and grab your big toes. Gently pull yourself down. And breathe. Remember, the goal here is to stretch out the legs and stretch out the hamstrings. So that is just what we are doing. Taking it a little bit deeper today. Gently release. Put a little bend in the knees and slowly roll yourself up to standing. Hands on either side, Tadasana. Big breath in, sigh it out. Take your right foot back, step it back, toes point to the front top corner of your mat, and you're going to shift the hips back. Keep the hips square to the front of the mat, and if you'd like to, you can take blocks here. I brought mine to show. You can take hands to blocks, or you can come to fingertips maybe on the floor, but find some length in the spine first. Remember, you're actively shifting your hips back, and when you're ready, fold over. Come up for a half lift, find length in the spine. Put your blocks to the side if you do have them. Turn the back toes in, step it back up to the front. Roll up for your Tadasana. Big breath in, takes the fingertips down, around, and up. Hands come together, fold it all the way back down. Plant the palms, take one foot back, and then the other. Drop the knees, uncurl the toes, shift it forward for Chaturanga, your version. If you're with me, chest forward and up, thighs engaged. Exhale to lower to the floor. Take the hips back, curl the toes under, and send it up for your downward facing dog. Breathing. Inhale, lift the left leg up, high to the sky. Bend the knee, take it into the chest, flex through that front foot. Drop it in between the hands. Right knee to the ground, uncurl the toes. Lift the palms up for your low lunge. Taking it to the other side. Keeping integrity here, lengthening down, but also actively squeezing the thighs together. Fingertips come to the floor. Shift the hips back, straighten through the front leg. Flex through this front foot. These are probably some of the best stretches to try to get that front and back splits. They're also in my shift it forward for your low lunge one more time. They're also in my top 5 poses for your splits video. I'll link that down below. Hands to hips if you would like this time, kind of resting the arms. Send it back for your half split one more time. Shifting hips over that back knee and flexing through the front foot. Keep a nice long spine here. All right, when you're ready, curl those back toes under. Lift up the back knee, runner's lunge. Kind of rock it forward and step it up to the top of the mat. Grab onto the big toes. Pull yourself forward. Remember, you definitely don't need to do this. You can also just fold forward and relax as well. All right, slowly roll it all the way back up to standing position, hands on either side. Take the left foot back, turn the back toes to the front left part of the mat, straighten through the front leg. Lean forward, shift the hips back. If you want to take your blocks again here, you definitely can. Rest your hands on them. I just find that the blocks help me kind of keep some length in the spine, so it's easier for me to breathe here. Make sure that those hips square to the front of the mat and that your feet stay shoulder width apart. When you're ready, folding forward. Remembering to breathe. You really just want to try to relax. The more that you relax in these positions, the easier it will be for you in the long run, and the more that your body will get that deep stretch. Lift it back up, turn the back toes in, set your blocks to the side if you do have them, and step it to the top of the mat. Roll it up, hands down, around, and up to the sky. Come to prayer, fold it all the way down. Plant the palms. Take one foot back, then the other. Knees drop to the floor, chaturanga your version. Come down to the floor. Chest forward and up. Thighs stay engaged. Exhale, take it to the floor. Shift the hips back and lift them up for downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up high to the sky. Take the knee into the chest, flex through the right foot, step it in between the hands. Now from here, we're going to slowly take your right hand into the inside of your right foot and slowly shift the right foot to the edge of our mat. For a lizard stretch, if you need to kind of back up through the back toes like I'm doing, you can do that as well. But I like to stay here for a bit with knee lifted to kind of get a stretch here. And then when you're ready, drop that back knee, uncurl the toes. Find length first. Breathe. Drop to the elbows if you'd like to take it a little bit deeper. Press away from the floor. So your knee should stay over your ankle through that front foot. And you want to make sure that your back foot doesn't splay off to the side like this. You want to keep it straight behind you. Come, press palms into the floor. And from here, take your right hand, inhale up high to the sky. Exhale, lift up the back foot and grab a hold of it. Open up through the shoulder, but also pull this back foot in slightly and gently for a quad stretch. So now we're stretching the front part of our left thigh. Don't overdo it here. Take your time. Drop that back leg. Slowly bring that foot in, the front foot in between your hands, and shift it back for your half split one more time. Last time on this leg, you guys. Coming to fingertips, flexing through the front foot. From here, we're going to go into our split. So if you have blocks, you can definitely use them here. You're going to slowly shift both legs, one in front, one behind you, and come down to wherever you feel comfortable. If you are up here, that is okay. You can always shift the blocks a little bit higher if you need to be higher. So remember, they can be used in different lengths, here or here. Wherever you're at, try to breathe. Try to relax. I find that flexing through the front foot will give me a little bit more of a stretch, but you can also point it as well, whatever you're comfortable with. Just make sure that wherever you're at, you can breathe. Take hands to the ground, gently press yourself back up. You're going to come to a tabletop position. Blocks to the side if you had them. Tabletop, and kind of just stretch out both legs. Take them behind you to kind of even it out for a bit before we take it to the other side. Palms come shoulder width apart on the ground. Lift up the hips to a downward facing dog. You might be able to feel a difference now in either side, which is kind of fun. When you're ready, lift up left leg high to the sky, squeeze it into the chest, flex through that foot and step it right in between. We're just going to take it straight to the other side. Short flow today. Take it to the outside of that left hand. And we're going to stay. Lift it first. Into our lizard on the left side. When you're ready, dropping the knee and uncurling the toes. And if you'd like to take it just a tad deeper, coming to forearms here. Pressing away from the ground, not falling into the ground. Breathing deeply. Bring the palms to the ground. Right hand plants right under your shoulder. Inhale, left comes up high to the sky. Exhale, grab a hold of that back foot and open up through the shoulder. Slowly and gently draw that back foot in for a little stretch, little quad stretch. This is also a great stretch for runners on a separate note. Taking it easy. On an exhale, bring that foot to the floor. Take the left toes in between your hands. Shift the hips back over that back knee. Flex through the front foot and through the front leg. Now, if your half split looks like this, that is okay. Over time, you'll slowly be able to straighten it a little bit more as you gain flexibility here. On fingertips, breathing deeply. And we're going to take splits on this side. So if you have your blocks next to you, you can bring them here. Gently and slowly slide down to where you are comfortable. You can flex again through this front foot or point, but just try to keep your hips kind of as square as you can here. Breathing and trying to honestly, like I said, relax here. This is a fun little goal to try to achieve. I know it was fun for me when I was doing all the I guess split training and all that. All right. Bring hands to the ground. Inhale, come to a tabletop position, setting blocks to the side if you have them. Stretch out, both legs behind you, kind of evening it out. Bring hips to your heels and just swing those feet out in front of you. We're going to take a seated fold before we end today. So bring your feet together, or they could be shoulder width apart. Inhale to bring fingertips up high to the sky. Exhale to fold it forward. With every inhale, send length through the spine. And every exhale, fold a little bit deeper. Inhale, slowly come back up to seated. Draw one foot in and then the other. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed this short little splits flow, and let me know how your splits journey is going in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. If you like this video, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel by clicking on the little red button in the bottom right-hand corner of my video. Have a great day, you guys, and thanks for watching. Namaste.